What's up, everyone? How's it going? This is Jacob6875 back with after a long hiatus with another WoW video. So what I basically want to talk about in this video is talk about the new patch 5.0.4, I think. Not 5.0, it's got to be 5.0.4, but I wanted to talk about some of the major changes and why I think WoW is in the best state it's ever been in since it launched in 2004. And why you should come back if you have quit WoW and think it's the worst game ever now and are playing Guild Wars or Terra or whatever else. But yeah, first thing I want to talk about is the talent changes. Now, if you read the forums, like any forums, you are bombarded with about 500 posts saying these are the worst talents in the history of the game, it dumbs down the game, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So as you can see, you have, what is it, 6 tiers of talents, and you have a choice in each one of 3 talents. Now, the purpose is that these talents no longer give you a gigantic advantage. They're all situational advantages, and you're supposed to tailor them to your playstyle. And the other cool thing is it allows you to get major abilities that were no longer available to you. Like, for example, if you want Elemental Mastery as a Restoration Shaman or an Enhancement Shaman, you can get that now. If you want, well, they renamed Nature Swiftness to Ancestral Swiftness, but if you want that as an Elemental Shaman, you can have it. And then they added a bunch of, new abilities, of course, too. Oh yeah, Nature's Guardian is any spec now, easily. The problem with the old talent system was, basically, all of your points, but maybe 2, were chosen for you, at least in Shaman case. Other classes, they're all chosen for you. So all you basically did was you Googled the best talent spec, and you put the talent points in. That's not really a choice, guys. No matter, just because you clicked 41 different buttons instead of 6, you had less options then than you do now. Because you literally didn't have any options before this patch. Even with the old, like in Wrath, with the 50 billion talent points, you still really didn't have much of a choice in what talents you're going to get. If you're wondering what happened to all the other talents, those are all built into your class now. And I can show you briefly. See, like, passive, you get all these talents when you spec Restoration. So, like, you learn your, like, not Swiftmend, what am I talking about, Riptide, and all that type of stuff. When you just spec in the Restoration talent spec here, or Elemental or Enhancement, you get the, like, you auto get Dual Wield as Enhancement, stuff like that. Auto get Earthquakes, Elemental. See, all the talents you normally just had to put points into, like 1% increase in Lightning Bolt, you'll get that all automatically. Then I wanted to talk about the new glyph system, which I think has been greatly improved. Shaman isn't the best example. Other classes have done it better, I think, at least with minor glyphs. But minor glyphs are 100% cosmetic now. They don't offer any benefits for combat, or at least very minor ones. Like, you get this one where if you drop 1 totem, you drop 4 totems. That's awesome in PvP now. You get Spectral Wolf. You can turn your Ghost Wolf into a different, like, thing. You automatically get Water Walk when you go on water. Your Chain Heal has a different appearance. Cool stuff like that. Other classes get much better minor glyphs, like Paladins can... I mean, not Paladins. Shadow Priests is my other main character, and you can have, like, ravens fly around you instead of shadow orbs. You can have shadow form not be transparent anymore. I think as a Moonkin, you can not be in Moonkin form anymore, or have it look like you're not in Moonkin form when you actually are. Like, cool stuff like that. And they also improved, well, they got rid of Prime Glyphs, I think, and they added, or whatever the top tier of glyphs was, they removed it. And they added, but Major Glyphs are still in. But what they did with Major Glyphs is they changed them to be like the new talent system. Now they are, like, almost optional. I mean, there's some required stuff, like Glyph of Riptide is really the only required one for Shaman, but after that, it's basically up to you. So if you want more mana regeneration from your Water Shield, you can get that, or... See, I chose Turelic Current, so my Lightning Bolt restores mana. That used to be a talent, now it's a glyph. I also chose that because I couldn't really pick a third one, but yeah, these are basically like there's no really bad choices anymore. You can basically tailor your character to your playstyle, which is awesome. And that means every character is going to be a lot more unique than they used to be. I mean, before, everyone pretty much had the same glyphs. I mean, a couple classes had a choice of, well, if you're standing around not moving, pick this one, but in every other fight, pick this one. That's kind of shamans. It's like whatever that glyph's called, Glyph of Unleashed Lightning. On Ultraxian, you got rid of it, but on every other one, you wanted it. That was like the gigantic glyph choice for elemental shamans in Dragon Soul. But yeah, they fixed that by a lot. So the talent and glyph system are much, much improved. Next, I wanted to talk about the achievement system and how amazing it is now. Basically, achievements are now account-wide, and they are actually account-wide. If I log on to my level 72 gnome on a different server, Korgath versus Area 52 that I'm on now, that gnome will have all of these achievements. I mean, minus some like level-specific ones. Like you can't get the You Killed Deathwing at level 2 or something. You might have to be level 85 for that kind of stuff. But yeah, and the other cool thing is it like adds up all your honorable kills. So before the patch came out, I had about 30,000 honorable kills on this character. But as you can see now, I have 91,387. So it adds together like all your honorable kills on your whole account, which is amazing. This also means you are not stuck with a single character anymore. Like I won't feel bad about playing my priest or something, because before you don't want to abandon your main character because you spent like 8 years on it and you have 10,000 achievement points or something. So you don't want to quit and go to another character that doesn't have all the cool titles or anything. But now you will. The blue achievements, if you're wondering, are ones that are not on this character. So it's over 9,000. I had like 8,900 before the patch. I gained like 200 by logging on all my characters. So stuff like that. But beyond just the achievements, mounts and pets are also account-wide. So, and I mean what that means for me is, for example, the Big Love Rocket. I got this on my Paladin alt that I literally never play ever, and I don't like the character. But now I can use this on every single character, even my like level 20 characters, because this counts as a ground. This is a ground mount too. It also means I can use my Blazing Drake from a Deathwing on any character that can fly. And my Alliance Mage had the Brewfest Kodo and Brewfest Ram, wherever the Ram is. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool how that works. I mean, not all mounts are account-wide, like the PvP Gladiator mounts I don't think are, but it's pretty cool that you can finally use all the mounts on your entire account. Like I got this on a different character, but now I can use it on all of them if I want to. This just makes your achievements a lot more fun because you can show them off on your alts, and as I said, it also makes playing alts a lot more worthwhile, which adds a lot more content to the game. Just to show you how it works briefly, I'm going to log on my rogue that's on a different realm. See, Korgath versus Area 52. And I'll show you what it looks like being on a character on a different realm, if you're wondering. Alright, so here we are. As you can see, I have the same amount of achievement points as I do on my other character, or on my main character. Kind of gets rid of main characters, doesn't it? And as you can see, I can choose all the titles that my other characters have. Of course, they're level appropriate, so I don't have the like Killing Deathwing title on this character yet. I gotta get higher level. But I got all the low level ones. But on all my other 85 characters, I can pick the, what is it? I forget what the exact title, but Deathwing's Killer, or whatever it is. So I'll show you the mounts real quick. As you can see, I have 85 mounts on this character. Before I had like 2. There's a Blazing Drake. So I assume, well, this character's Alliance is why I don't have as many mounts, because my main character's Horde, so I have all the Horde mounts, obviously. But yeah, I mean, you can pretty much ride all the mounts if you want to. which is pretty amazing. It means you don't have to waste money buying stuff for every single character you ever have. So the final thing I wanted to talk about is how the new raid finder works. So now when you kill a boss in a raid, you no longer, or in the raid finder, you no longer roll for items. What you do is you get a bag, much like the holiday events, if you have done any of them recently. You get a bag, and it could contain an item. Like every time you kill a boss, you get a bag with something in it. It could be 25 gold, which is what you get standard if you don't want an item, or it could be gold and an item. So you never have to roll against anyone anymore. You don't like get out-rolled by random hunter number 50 on your sword, for example, off Deathwing or something. That simply can't happen anymore. So they basically fixed the raid finder loot system now, so it's pretty much as fair as it ever can be. And they also eliminated that stupid tactic of guilds running it over and over and over and over 50 times the first week to gear out their characters. Scenarios have also been added. This isn't going to come out till a week before MOP launches. And yeah, I mean, those are the major things. There's also like class-specific changes. Like, for example, specifically with shamans, they got rid of buff totems. So you no longer have to put totems down every 5 seconds. Those buffs are just auto-built into your class. What you have now is totems that last a short amount of time, so you got to be strategic with them. So basically, all you have is totems now that last, a little bit of time. Which is awesome. It pretty much changes the class, and I think for the better. I mean, putting down totems and they last 7 minutes isn't really a thrilling combat mechanic. And having to do it every 5 seconds, because every time you move, you gotta put totems down again. Yeah. Not a thrilling mechanic. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the major points in patch 5.0. If you're considering coming back, that's a pretty brief overview of what's to come in Mists of Pandaria. I highly encourage you to at least try it. If you have a friend, I think you can get... If you have a friend playing WoW, I think you can get Scroll of Resurrected and play a little while for free and try out the new changes. So yeah, thanks for watching, and join me in a few weeks when the MOP beta videos will start to come out in earnest. So yeah, thanks for watching.